Buongiorno, darlings. This is like my 5th attempt to record this video. 4th, maybe? I don't know. I wanted to do a quick hop on for the last day of Gemini season to really talk about how we can use division to unify us. And it seems that, I had gone through, the Dr. Stephen Greer Disclosure Project webinar. There's so much information that us as a collective are really taking in Gemini season. And, today is the last day at the anaretic degree, at the, shadow degree of Gemini. We want to do something with it. At the beginning of Gem season, I told you, don't soapbox this. I want to learn information, or I learned information, I want to tell people about it. I'm a new version of myself, I want to show them, I want a selfie, I want to say, this is me, this is me, this is me. But in a world where truth changes for ourselves, our own internal truth changes each day. We can't soapbox every day. It'd be a new soapbox every single day. I just had a dream and now I'm this person. I just had a premonition and now I'm this person. I just cut my hair and now I'm this person. So what I would love for us to do as a community is start to really romanticize the ending of things in the same way we romanticize the beginning of things. I see, I spoke about, there's an account that I've been following for years that posted something that was super unconscious and super just against my value systems. And I was so devastated. And I was like, oh my God, I almost paid you for a session. I can't believe this. I've been following you. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Instead, I would love to go back and just be like, wow, thank you so much for being vulnerable and authentic and showing me your truth, because it doesn't really... it's not my truth. And both are true. And both are wrong. And both are right. And both are up and down. So when we see these experiences or have these experiences outside of ourselves or with our community in a micro or a macro, where, we, have a friend that, we've been vibing with for a little while, and then all of a sudden we're just not vibing anymore. Instead of compartmentalizing and, an older version of us would have just been like, oh, that's okay. Oh, I'm not here to teach you anything. Oh, I really don't like the way you're feeling or saying that. Oh, we had the same conversation yesterday and you didn't really do anything about it. I'm a forward thinker. I don't really like piggybackers. Getting more comfortable and confident, saying in each breath, in each moment, time out. This really doesn't vibe with me anymore. I'm sorry, I love you, and I only want what's best for you, but it feels like this friendship isn't really what I thought it was. I really would like to set some boundaries. Because as we know that boundaries aren't there to say, get the fuck out, this is what I can offer you. This is what I can offer you. Because this is what works for me. This is safe for me. This wasn't okay. This wasn't okay. This is what I can offer you. What did I write down? How can we use division to unify? Like a divorce. Like a divorce. I am definitely, I can only speak from I statements. I'm a huge advocate for divorce. I grew up in a family that, my parents stayed together even though they did not want to. They stayed together for years, maybe a decade longer than they had wanted to. For the kids. For the kids. But kids are vibrational beings. They pick up on that. They pick up on the fact that you don't want to be at this table. If you resent the person consciously, unconsciously, and subconsciously that's sitting across from you and you can't say anything about it, you're just seething. So in hindsight, I would have rather had, 2 bedrooms, 2 healthy, functioning, loving parents that, got to live their best life. But that wasn't the way. So they're learning their lessons now. I'm learning my lessons now. And, the whole world now has access to that vibration. Whereas, divorce is a much more common thing than it was, back when my parents were together, like back in the 90s, back in like every generation, we're getting used to all of these new things. We're getting used to division. And you can see now, like I love seeing sometimes on social media, I don't follow many parent accounts because kiddos are not for me. But every once in a while I'll see like co-parenting to its best. Or I'll see, a divorced father buying flowers for the, divorced mother of his children on her birthday. to teach the kids, how to treat a woman. That's a now very common thing. So I'd love for us as a collective to maybe, integrate that view, that lens in our personal lives or in our professional lives or in our just community, where we see someone who has a different maybe political stance than we do, someone who has a different, social stance than we do, someone who has a different belief system. Can we just say, okay, I love you, and you're on this side of that. That's amazing. Okay, that's cool. We don't have to debate this. We don't have to, I can't convince you of what I believe and you can't convince me what you believe. We can listen to each other maybe, but I don't have to, you can't convince me to say something that I don't believe in, and I don't want to convince you to say or be anything other than what you are. So can we accept maybe irreconcilable differences, to use that beautiful phrase, and just be okay, you're on the other side of Pangea, I'm over here, and live and let live, or live and let die. Do whatever you want over there. Because at the end of the day, as human beings, we are ascending to the fifth dimension together. We are becoming the most authentic versions of ourselves together. We are going from 3D to 4D to 5D together. We cannot get off this collective ride of planet Earth. So we have to share this planet. We have to share this community. We have to share this home, because we are at home on the planet, with people that we have very different beliefs and very different values and very different opinions. But just like a bumhole, everybody has an opinion and everybody is allowed to express themselves from it. Everybody. You can have whatever belief and opinion you want. You can talk about it as much as you want to. It is my choice to listen to it. You can, if what I'm offering here on YouTube, on Instagram is not for you, then just scroll past my face. That's okay. I'm not meant to trigger you in a way that you have to change anything. I'm here to offer you my view, my opinion, my understanding of the experiences that I've had, and maybe that is something that can help you whittle your own tools to be the more authentic version of you. But right now, the whole world is kind of looking for hope. Is the word that just came to mind. Hope. The whole world is looking for hope. We're looking for, an external validation for what we're experiencing. We're looking for someone to come down and be our savior, or someone to finally, we've been listening to this person for so long. We've been doing everything that we've been told, but I still can't go out and play. It's like, at the end of the day, nobody's coming. For the good guys, for the bad guys, for anybody, nobody's coming to save you. You're here to save yourself. And that's a hard realization for a lot of people that are just waking up to things now. That's a hard chat to have. But can we look at it as empowering? Can we look at it as, I created this whole world and I can create anything, and, let's romanticize these losses and differences of opinions in a way that, so I'll leave you with this. There was a conversation that had happened at the restaurant the other day where, I'm folding my napkins, minding my own business, creating my reality with my thoughts and my intentions. It was a good time. And, one of the waiter's aides had come in and they were very, very triggered by something that they had seen on their Facebook scroll. And they said, this person posted this, but what I know that they meant was this and this and this, and that offends me and that offends my, friends that identify as this, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm listening to all this, and I'm just, I was not asked my opinion, so I did not interject my opinion, and then I was asked my opinion. And I really floated above myself in the moment. where I said, this is not your stage, Sarah. This person is not looking to learn anything from you. They're asking your opinion, and what is your opinion? And so I had just offered, from a scientific standpoint, what they're saying is true. But what I'm hearing is that you felt personally attacked, and that, that person who's posting it was trying to get a rise out of you. And they did. So the intention of that post was not to educate you scientifically. It was to get a rise out of you, and they received what they wanted. They got a rise out of you. Your entire day was affected, as well as you've brought it to work, and you're still riding that train. So I asked this sweet person, can you unfollow that page? Can you, block them? Can you say, oh, okay, live and let live, or live and let die? Whatever you want to do on that side of the fence, go ahead and do it. That does not resonate with me, so I'm just going to let you live your best life over there. Can you wish blessings on your enemies that have different opinions of you? These were all exploratory questions that I asked this person, as well as the group of people that were around it. And because at the end of the day, my opinion, my human's opinion, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. We all have an opinion. We all have an idea of what is right and what is wrong. And my version of right and wrong is maybe different than your right and wrong, but neither of them are right or wrong. And that's very philosophical to say, we are all God having a human experience. It's not philosophical. It's very multidimensional to say we are all God having a human experience. So my reality is the right reality. Your reality is the right reality. The bad person's reality is the right reality. The most blessed person's reality is the right reality. There's no right or wrong reality. It just is. The truth is relative. Truth is what I believe it to be. And truth changes. So in that moment, I just asked this person, can you just block out things that don't really resonate with you and learn from that? Or see something, be like, wow, this really doesn't resonate with me. I'm so grateful that you're showing me this, and I'm not going to look down that corridor again. I'm not going to look, because it enrages my human. It invokes the sleeper cell that I didn't know was there. And we all have sleeper cells in us. We all do. Every human being, if you're on the planet, you have a sleeper cell in you. A sleeper cell, it's a very sci-fi type of a thing. It's like a dormant little light switch that the powers that be have put into us, that when they flick it, it makes you mad. It makes you mad. You could be the most enlightened person in the world, but if someone starts to if you're going down the highway and someone starts to go a little faster, you're going to speed up a little bit. That's a sleeper cell. If you are, a strict vegan and you see someone eating meat, or see someone that's vibrant within eating meat, that's a sleeper cell. Because what do you mean that there's another person on the planet that is healthy with a different set of belief systems than me? Yeah, there is. There are. Many. Many. And neither of us are wrong. Neither of us are right. So at the end of Gemini season, the last day of Gemini season, I ask us all, with all of this new information that we've received, all of this new integration, and all of this new saturation into we've learned this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I like this, I want more of this, I want to manifest more of this, I want this, I want that, I want this. At the end of Gemini season, instead of soapboxing it to the world, saying, this is the new me, there's going to be infinite new yous. In every breath, it's a new you. Change is the only constant. Every single day we are evolving, and we are growing at an exponential rate. And we are evolving at an exponential rate. We're receiving new information at an exponential rate, and that won't slow down. But we're going into Cancer season, and I'll do a whole video on Cancer season, because it's a very different way that with all of this new knowledge, we're going to be pushing it out into the world. And I would love to offer, instead of it being, Gemini vocal, we let it be very Cancerian, very, very mothering, very loving, very compassionate. Cancer is run by the moon. This is our intuition. So instead of out into the world, what if we turned that back on ourselves and loved ourselves and nourished ourselves with the new being that we are, and letting that love, that information saturate into us and then vibrationally come out of our pores. Sarah, what the fuck does any of that mean? That was a lot of parables all packed into one. So we learned that maybe you have a new belief system, a new understanding, a new political party, a new group, a new haircut, a new identification. You've discovered that in the past month. Or, something, or this belief system is not for me anymore. I don't want to see any more of that. Instead of preaching that to the world and saying, I don't believe this anymore, I don't, go internal. Unfollow the accounts that believe that, even if they're friends, even if they're family. Block certain things that don't feel good to you. Nourish your environment. Get rid of the old clothing that was, maybe closer to that identifier. Or, remove certain placards from your car, ripping off bumper stickers that you used to believe in. You don't have to soapbox this. You don't have to talk about it. You can just integrate it. And then if anyone in the external asks you about it, you can just be like, yeah, I used to believe that, now I don't. That's that. And loving the reaction of the outside world in the same way that we would love accepting and loving whatever reaction comes from the external, even if it is not pleasant to our human. Breakups are never easy. The ending of cycles are never easy. But to end is to begin. When we know we're ending something, we know that we're on the up and up. Something new is coming. So instead of only being able to vibe in the goodness, can we vibe in the endings? Can we vibe in the dark phase? And love the dark phase as much as we love the light phase. I think the only true lesson that I've learned in the past few years is that the love and light, the good vibes only, the positive is a very dangerous mentality. And it is not something that I would personally subscribe to. And I'll leave that there. So I ask you now, maybe as you do some journaling, how can we use division to unify? How can we use, I want to paint a picture. What we want is a very healthy and thriving and beautiful and loving community for ourselves and our flock and our team and our family. Can we wish that on our enemies? Can we wish that on the people that have different opinions of us? And wish for them to have the same unity, the same love, the same compassion, the same team, family, friends, flock that nourish them, that respects them, that care about them. Can we wish that for every community, every pod on the planet? Can we wish that for everyone? because we don't all have to get along. Not at all. I don't think that is, in my opinion, real. I love divorce. I love division. I love it. I find it to be, when we have those moments of like friction, it means we're onto the good stuff. You know, with friction, that's how fire gets started. That's where sparks of light and understanding come from. But it is uncomfortable. We're used to, you know, staying in a lane, do the right thing, don't make waves. Make waves inside and let that saturate out. Let the world have their reaction and just keep skipping down Main Street. Yeah. It's very scary sometimes to just speak your truth and be in your truth on a regular basis. You know, sometimes in each breath, it can be the older version of ourselves, the lesser version of ourselves, and we're like, nope, 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 I got this, I got this, I got this. But yeah, going into Cancer season, I would love for us to really find grace for ourselves when we see our humans saying like, oh, I want to teach this person something. They have a different opinion than me. I have to tell them what's what because I learned this information just the other day and this is the new me and I want to tell them all about it. Can we just say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm going to go over here. No, we don't have to talk anymore. Thank you though. Bye-bye. And just let that be that. Because the whole world is going through a divorce right now. And we must recognize that, again, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. Just live and let live, or live and let die. Do whatever you want over there. I don't have to know about it, I don't have to care about it. Just live your life. That's new. That's new. You know, as a human collective, our greatest win will be this. Will be to stop fighting and just divorce. And just say, okay, I don't want to convince you anymore that my opinion is my opinion. It doesn't matter, you're allowed to have yours. I'm just going to go vibe over here and you go vibe over there. And for a lot of people, this is just on the other side of the room, the other side of the job, the other side of the gym, the other side of the street. And that's okay. I think that's it. I love you.